Welcome to Practice Norwegian, the basic grammar series, and we're now at episode 2 out of 20. And we're going to go through nouns and genders and the endings on the nouns. So, in Norwegian, you have 3 genders. You have the masculine, the feminine, and the neutral or neuter. And they have 3 different articles, and then the endings are different in the single, unspecific, and also the single specific. So we're going to use the word specific, unspecific, which is also sometimes called indeterminate and determined. So inspecific is a car, and specific is the car. So that's the words we're going to use. And then you also have single and plural, and both specific and inspecific in all of them. So you have 4 different forms of the nouns. Okay, so then we're going to start with an example, like a cup. In Norwegian, a cup is en kopp. So this is a masculine. En is the article for masculine or male. So en kopp, and then the specific, the cup, becomes koppen. So it's like you take the article and you put it at the end. En kopp, koppen. So that's the single, 2 versions of the singular, and then in the plural it becomes kopper, which is cups. So er is the ending for unspecific in plural. And then the specific is koppene. So ene is the specific plural. Kopper, koppene. And this goes for all the 3 genders in the plural. Er and ene. So from the beginning, the 4 different forms. En kopp, koppen. Kopper, koppene. Okay, good. So now let's try another one. A chair. So a chair is en stol. En is the article for masculine noun. And then if you want to try to make the specific single, saying the chair, you go from en stol, and then if you guess, yes, stolen. En stol, stolen. That's the single. And then in the plural, you put er and ene. So chairs becomes stoler. The chairs, stolene. Stoler, stolene. So all from the beginning. En stol, stolen. Stoler, stolene. Good. Okay, and then 2 more masculine. So en park is a park. En park, and then the specific, the park. Yes, parken. En park, parken. The plural, parker. Parks, parker. The parks, parkene. En park, parken. Parker, parkene. For some, it's kind of, it takes a while to get used to the different forms and the specific, inspecific, specific, single, plural, but in this case, it would be like a park, the park, parks, the parks. En park, parken, parker, parkene. And then the last one of the masculine, en vegg, a wall. En vegg, in specific, veggen. En vegg, veggen, plural, vegg. Vegger, veggene. En vegg, veggen, vegger, veggene. Okay, great. So that's the standard form for the masculine nouns. Now for the feminine, the article is ei, the ei in English, or in Norwegian, ei. Ei. So if you try, for example, a jacket, it's ei jakke, and then the jacket is jakka. So you put an ending of just a, like the English a. So it's like you take the article ei, you put it at the end, but it transforms into an a instead of ei. So it becomes a. Ei jakke, jakka. And the plural is the same. Jakker, jakkene. So ei jakke, jakka, jakker, jakkene. And then you can try with ei flaske, meaning a bottle. Ei flaske, and then the specific, the bottle. Flaska. Ei flaske, flaska. And then the plural is flasker, flaskene. And then one more feminine. A watch or a clock is ei klokke. And specific, klokka. So ei klokke, klokka. And then klokker, klokkene. Same in plural. And then the third gender, or non-gender, the neutral gender, is it has the article et. So if you want to say a carpet or a rug, you say et teppe. And then in this case, it's the same as the masculine. You take the article and put at the end to make the specific form. So et teppe, teppet. Then for the pronunciation, you don't say the T at the end of a noun in Norwegian. If it ends on et, you don't say the T. So you would pronounce it teppe, but you have to write it teppet. So et, and we will say the T just in this episode to make sure, like this, to show how it's the spelling is. So et teppe teppet, and then the plural tepper, teppene, the same. Okay, so you can try the next one. Et bilde is a picture or an image. Et bilde, and then the specific. Bildet. Et bilde, bildet. And then the plural, bilder, bildene. A picture, the picture, pictures, the pictures. And then a stamp is et frimerke. It's literally a free mark. It's kind of you buy a stamp and then you put it on and then you can send it. Et frimerke. In the specific form, it's a longer word, but the ending is the same. So et frimerke, frimerket. And the plural, frimerker, frimerkene. And then a last one, et eple is an apple. So the specific, et eple, eplet. Good. And the plural, yes, epler, eplene. Et eple, eplet, epler, eplene. Okay, so that's the standard system for the nouns with the three different genders, all the endings. Okay, and there's one major exception to this, which is the short neutrals. One-syllable neutrals are a little bit different. In short, they don't have an ending in the unspecific plural. So, for an example, et skap, skapet, that's the same as before. And then instead of skaper in the plural, you just say skap. So you have no ending. Et skap, skapet, skap, and the other one is as before, skapene. So that's the whole exception. You have no ending, you have no er in the plural. So for example, et bord, a table, is bordet in the specific, like the table, specific single. Et bord, bordet, and then instead of borer, you just say bord, bordene. So that's two examples. And then there are lots of short neutrals in Norwegian. So you can try, we have 3 examples, so you can try this now. A glass in Norwegian is et glass, so it's a neutral. So et glass, and then the specific, glasset, and then the plural, yes, glass, glassene. So no glasser, doesn't exist. Glass, glassene. And then if you try a flag, et flagg, flagget, and then in the plural, flagg, flaggene. Et flagg, flagget, flagg, flaggene. And one last one is a country or a land, which is et land, also a short neutral, one-syllable neutral. Et land, landet, and then in the plural, land, landene. And that's there you have it. That's all for the normal, like the standard system, and the one exception. And this applies to at least 85% of all the nouns. Okay, so we're going to stop it there. This was the whole thing. Just remember then that for the specific single, you have different endings. You have en, like en for masculine nouns. You have a for the feminine, and you have et, et for the neutrals. So this is how you can gradually learn the genders. That there are no, there's no logic to it. The different objects, like a chair is masculine, a table is a neutral, a door is a feminine, and every single object is. The only thing is that people like a wife or a daughter or a sister are feminine gendered, and then a boy or a father or a husband would be male gendered. So, but apart from that, it's just you have to learn every word, and then a way you're going to pick it up is just listening to every time you read or hear the specific single, you can tell. So if someone says lampa, you know, oh, that's a feminine. It ends on a, the lamp. If someone says vinduet, the window, then you know, vinduet, that's a neutral. Gulvet, the floor, that's a neutral. If you say muren, that's the wall, that's a male gender, en. Treet, the tree, is a neutral, et. And again, planta is the plant is feminine gendered, planta, and so on. Okay, so that's all for this episode, and well done. This is the kind of the first major item of the grammar with the nouns and the genders and the endings. So if you made it through this one and it kind of makes sense and you can try to practice it a little bit, you kind of you're taking a huge step forward. So that's great, and well done, and thank you so much for listening, and see you again soon.